Hey everyone, welcome to Chuck's Guitar Geekery. Today I'm doing kind of a long overdue demo of this Gretsch Tim Armstrong guitar. Now I've had this guitar, my wife bought it for me right around the time our daughter was born, and she turned 5 a couple months ago, so I've had it for a little while. And it's in this very unique, odd, whatever you want to call it, color man salmon. Don't ask me to explain what man salmon is, but fancy way to say a light pink. Now what's very cool about this guitar, I've played quite a few gigs for this one actually, is under stage lights, this guitar pretty much just picks up whatever color the lights are very well. And since it's a matte finish, it's not like a shiny reflective, it just kind of takes on the color of whatever the stage lights are, so that's pretty cool. I have a video of it, I'll do a quick insert of here, of one of my band's last gigs. That was fun. That was actually the last gig my band played in 2019, and I haven't played a gig since, so I kind of miss it right now, but whatever. And oddly enough, the last concert I saw before the world shut down was Rancid, so that's pretty cool. As far as the specs, it's got I think Gretsch has its own scale length. It's like 24.33 inches, I think. I'm going off memory here, but 22 frets. Honestly, you can maybe get to, it's 15, 17, maybe the 19th fret somewhat comfortably. After that, I guess they're just for show. I don't know. Got these black top pickups, which are supposedly modeled after the old, it's a 1970s Gretsch that Tim Armstrong has toured the world with numerous times and beaten the hell out of and spray painted. It's just glorious looking at this time and relicking in all it's meant to be. It's got a zero nut, which pretty unique feature, but I think they did that to make it period correct to the one he has. But I actually kind of like it. This guitar is very easy to play. And whether that has something to do with it, I don't know, but it works. It's got Grover tuners, and very few of them came with a Bigsby. I know the black ones come with a trapeze tailpiece, but towards the end of this video, I'll kind of go wild on the Bigsby to see how well it stays in tune, so stick around if you want to know. And the only aftermarket thing I've done to this guitar is the roller bridge. It came with the typical bridge, and quite frankly, I can't remember if it wasn't staying in tune and I felt the need to change it, or if I just read somewhere that roller bridges are good for having with the Bigsby, so I just did it, but it's on there. It works. I'm not going to change it now. The other fun thing about this guitar is this body is absolutely enormous. So if you're someone like me whose weight fluctuates quite a bit, having a nice huge guitar to hide behind is kind of nice sometimes. It makes you feel a little less self-conscious on stage. But the downside to that is you have to find what they call an extra long strap. Because it took me a while to hunt one down that was one of these nice padded ones. Normal strap that you use on like a Strat or a Tele left the guitar up here all the time because it had such a wide span to cover. So you'll have to find an extra long strap if you want it. I mean, I keep the strings pretty much at my waist, and that's comfortable to me. Not quite a low gunslinger, not quite uptight. So, and of course it's fully hollow, and I think what they say is unique to Tim's guitar, which I guess they did here, is the way the fretboard's connected to the body. It actually helps with feedback quite a bit. For my demos here, I don't use a live cab in the room, I use impulse response, but I have gigged with this, and I know people say hollow body and feedback. Granted, I'm not playing through like a fire-breathing full stack or anything, I play through combo amps, but it hasn't been uncontrollable feedback. It's definitely easy to coax into feedback if you want the feedback, which I think is a very fun tool, and I use that quite a bit, but it's not going to be uncontrollable feedback. So It definitely hits a right balance, I think. And, you know, it's a big guitar, not that heavy. I don't even know what it weighs. I don't weigh things. So at the beginning there, for the amps, I'm using an orange Terror stamp, going through the impulse response of a open back 1x12. For the distortion, I'm using a pedal that Tim Armstrong and Elvis Cortez designed together and hand-painted that I picked up at the concert last year. The Punk pedal. Still a very odd pedal. I'm not quite sure what to make of it, but it's kind of a raucous, very nasty tone. It's a nasty tone. It's punk, so why not? So for the rhythm part at the beginning, it was that, and then for the lead part, I added a tube screamer layered on top of that, going to the orange Terror stamp. So as we go through the video, I'll kind of hit different gain levels on the Terror stamp, and I'll hit it with a tube screamer at some point. And then at the end, I'll kind of go weird on the whammy bar. At some point, I'll try some jazz chords. I really don't know jazz chords. I improvise some stuff. Hopefully it makes some sense. I don't know. One thing I'll add, you know, I don't script this stuff, I just go off the top of my head, but to me, this neck pickup is pretty muddy sounding. So I may look into some other Filtertrons, get something brighter. I mean, it works for like a jazzy thing, but with distortion, I think you'll hear it kind of like clips my input. It's so dark and bassy and powerful. And also, a couple of these pots are a little dirty, so I do need to clean those up. That's not a fault of the guitar, that just happens. But I probably will do a video of how to clean pots in a hollow body, because I did this one. I guess I'll go over the control layout too. I haven't done that yet. What am I doing? I'm an idiot. But so the way it works, it's got the three-way toggle switch. This is a master volume. And then down here, these two are the bridge pickup. These two is the neck pickup. So what's cool with the separate master volume is if you find a spot you like with, you know, in the middle position, with maybe the bridge rolled back a little bit, you can keep that same balance and then work the overall volume. So that's cool. The other thing I may do on this one day is add a treble bleed circuit, because it does lose quite a bit of high end. And also at some point I'll go through the tone knob, and the tone knob on the bridge pickup is acting a little funky. It kind of goes from not working, and then the last like 5% of the knob goes completely dark. So I don't know if that's a problem with the knob. I don't know if it's just dirty. I never use them anyways. So enough of my talking. I've talked enough. I've talked too much. For those of you who have braved through my monotone, dribbling, ranting, rambling nothing, here's some more playing. Hit that subscribe button. Cheers.